Can Ruben Amorim and Manchester United now build on this promising result at Liverpool?
It didn't sound after the game. He sounded more upset that they did not win the game.
Is that not a good sign, though?
It is a good sign.
They came back to get to take some points.
Yeah.
Away at Liverpool, the best team in the league by a lot.
Sure.
And you're still like, that's not good enough.
Yeah, and look, and obviously that's the approach and that's the mentality. If you are the Manchester United manager, player, fan, that's what you should feel.
That's what you want your manager to be talking
about. Not to be like, oh, thank you so much for the point.
Yeah, oh my God,
we were,
you know. I didn't think we were going to do that. You don't want that to happen.
Exactly. So for him to have that attitude, I think is great.
Bruno Fernandes also had kind of similar quotes after the game saying like, why can't we play like this all the time? Those are positive signs moving forward. Eric Ten Hag was like, we've won 2 trophies. And look what we just did. We should get all the we should get a parade.
He's Ten Hag was good at deflecting.
Yeah.
And Amorim is good at kind of just
Ten Hag was like gaslighting
a little bit.
He said, what are you talking about?
To the media.
He's like, we're great. What are you talking about? Ruben Amorim's like, we should have a higher standard.
Right. And that's what I think is impressive. And it's what he has been trying to build with the commentary that he's been throwing out about worrying about relegation, which is like, you know, he said that he wants to sort of that the club needs to be shocked in that, yes, you have to worry about
hit rock bottom for sure. Yeah.
And yeah, would it be absolutely devastating? Not only for the psyche of Manchester United fans, but for the business, for the club, for if they got relegated, it's literally.
I mean, that's not going to happen. But if it did,
even the referees would be like, we can't allow this to happen. Like they would do everything possible because it is Manchester United too important to the Premier League.
I think they're too important to football. And I'm not a Manchester United fan.
Sure, I agree.
But football is better with Manchester United playing for European, you know, in the European competition. And
I agree. They're way
battling for stuff.
Too popular. But as far as them building on this, they have to feel incredibly positive going forward. It's so strange. The types of performances that they have where how could they play like this against Liverpool? How do they look miserable against Wolves? How do they look, you know, have the game they have against Manchester City and then against Fulham, they like look miserable. Like, there has to be some level of consistency that says this is how we're going to play regardless of the team that we're playing, that we're facing.
Right. And, you know, eventually that falls on the lap. Or, you know, the buck stops at the manager or head coach in this situation, because he's not really a manager.
Yeah.
At the head coach for the intensity that your team walks out with week in and week out. But this, I think, shows a good example of what your intensity should be. Now, do it against the Ipswiches. Do it against the Southamptons.
Yeah.
Do it against the Fulhams, like you said. Do it week in and week out. This is the intensity that a Manchester United player should have, regardless of who they're playing, because, in other words, they're fighting for the badge. And that should be the important part, right? That's what I think sets football apart from every other sport, especially here in America, is that you're fighting for the badge itself. You're upholding the standard of the club that the club and the history of the club has set. Someone needs to bring that back to Manchester United. Ruben Amorim is starting to feel like the guy to do that. For a 4-match stretch there, it looked like Van Nistelrooy was that guy. Mm-hmm. And I think Ruben Amorim was a bit of a risk going out and getting someone who's unproven, who's young, unproven in this league, I should say, who's young. But I think it seemingly made the right move. Has a system he believes in, seemingly can get through to players, can get them to commit, can get them to believe. Can you do that week in and week out with this set of players? It feels like there's a turnaround coming. I don't know how much of that turnaround. Did they get to a European spot?
No, I don't think. I'm not that optimistic at all.
Five teams may get into Champions League, which means 6 Europa. Conference is what? Carabao Cup, right? They don't do 7th. Is 7th now still?
I don't
Carabao Cup, they keep switching this.
Yeah.
But it's potential that 5 teams get into Champions League. Can Manchester United sneak into 6th?
No.
It's not happening.
It's not.
I just looked over and I just realized it's not happening.
They are just they don't provide any kind of level of confidence or consistency. But it's nice for them to have these like big emotional moments. I think the win against Manchester United, I think. Against Manchester City, provided that like, oh, we can do this. We can if we just, you know, you need to
just play a team going through a historic downturn.
If you have the talent, the ability, you need a little bit of luck from time to time, but you just need that belief in yourself so that luck can even walk through that door.
Yeah.
It's like
yeah.
if you don't even have no level of positivity or optimism, or you don't have like bonehead red cards or picking up 2 yellows like Bruno Fernandes against Wolves, like you have a real chance. Yes, are you gonna look at the game against Newcastle? That first half was abysmal for Manchester United, but the second half they get a clean sheet. Right, they don't score, but from that first half of that game looked like and Xerxes gets taken off in like the 30 some odd minute.
He looked distraught,
but that decision provided some stability to that team, and they did not score, but they didn't get complete. Like if Amram doesn't make any changes in that first half and doesn't take Xerxes off, this game is easily 4 or 5-0. They were getting smacked at home. They didn't even look like they were ready or prepared to play that game.
Yeah, and
so again, Amram's decisions to just do the difficult thing, maybe embarrass somebody
and be the leader, be the one to make the tough decisions.
Yeah, so that's why I think there's a good foundation. Once he gets his players in there, I think there's a lot more optimism and positivity that we can sort of expect.
I think we all agree next year will be better. Next season will be better, but I don't know if he has the players to do what he needs to do this season, but it will end up better than where they are right now.
We shall see. So best of luck to those Red Devils.
I hope you make it to the top half of the table.
Remember, has a tough job on his hands. All right. Shout out to everybody watching on OneFootball. We are the Cooligans. If you want to subscribe and watch some of our stuff, you can do that as well. The link is in the description. And do that. Just do that.
Yeah.
What are you waiting for?
Why we keep asking you?
We shouldn't have it. We shouldn't have to.
It's rude.
Okay. You're making it awkward for all of us. All right, everybody. Shout out to everybody watching on OneFootball. Cheers.